According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average injury and illness rate in the warehousing and storage industry is 5 per 100 workers. This equates to tens of thousands of cases yearly. When it comes to warehouse safety, you have to be proactive and always determine ways to mitigate risks and injuries in your facility. Here are 10 effective methods to improve health and safety in your facility. Slips, trips, and falls are among the leading causes of injuries in general industry. Fortunately, they are almost always avoidable with good housekeeping practices. Avoid accumulation of trash, dust, and loose debris in walking areas. Frequent housekeeping and cleaning up spills when they occur is essential to avoid slips. Floors, passageways, aisles, and egress paths should be clean and clear of debris, obstructions, and clutter. At doorways and in high-traffic areas, consider installing walk-off mats to avoid slipping, especially in inclement weather. Having an organized warehouse is also important. Ensure adequate shelving is installed and can support the weight of the stored material. Ensure aisles have proper overhead clearance to avoid head injuries. Materials should be stored flush with the shelving and not protrude into the walking areas. When heavy or bulky items must be handled manually, store these items at waist level. This will reduce the possibility of overexertion. Secure items such as ladders that could fall, causing a struck-by injury. Fire hazards are frequently encountered in facilities. Improper stored flammable and combustible liquids, open ignition sources, and other hazards should be prevented. Avoid accumulation of items that can cause fires. Store flammables in fire lockers. Dispose of all combustible items in a metal container positioned far away from any ignition sources. Ensure doorways and exits are free of obstructions. Conduct monthly inspection of fire protection systems such as fire extinguishers, pull stations, and emergency lights. Some types of injuries occur more frequently than others. For instance, slips, trips, and falls occur more frequently in general industry. According to OSHA, they cause 15% of all accidental deaths. 1 in 6 of all lost time incidents involve slips, trips, and falls. This causes an average of 11 days away from work. You can mitigate these types of accidents by conducting inspections of your facility, performing detailed investigations for accidents and near misses. Also, retraining employees when conditions and work environment changes. Power tools and equipment account for over 400,000 injuries yearly. Most of these injuries are avoidable when safe work practices are followed. Some safe practices include providing training to workers, inspecting tools before each use, wearing proper PPE when using tools, observing warning signs, verifying machine guards are in place, and repairing defective equipment. All of these steps shared would be pointless if there was no formal process to assess their effectiveness. This could be daily, weekly, or monthly. Always follow the simple concept of plan, do, check, act. To stay ahead of any potential hazard, have a checklist at hand and go over each inspection task thoroughly. Doing so will help to avoid overlooking potential hazards that may exist. An important aspect that is often overlooked is employee training. Training should be one of the first items covered with new hires before working in a facility. Employees should be trained on safe work practices, PPE required for each activity, and how to identify unsafe conditions. It is no use having a detailed set of standards and rules if your employees have little or no knowledge of them. Using safety standards during training sessions is great, but they must be incorporated into daily activities for them to be effective. That means training and informing employees of these standards frequently. Just as importantly, mark potential hazards with highly visible signs and labels. These signs serve the same purpose as safety precautions in that they are efficient reminders. If you're changing a protocol, update the signage as soon as possible to keep staff abreast of the update in time. Post all safety expectations clearly and in close proximity to the equipment they relate to. These signs serve as a constant visual reminder of inherent dangers and necessary safety precautions to keep injury at bay. Ensuring safety in your warehouse is everyone's responsibility. We all have a role to play. Go over any potential hazards, new protocols, or non-routine tasks during weekly meetings. Take an extra step and recognize and reward behaviors that emphasize safety as a priority. This would further encourage employees to follow safe work practices, establish safe habits, and promote a safety culture. Follow these 10 basic steps to keep your workers safe and healthy in their working environment.
Did you know that in 2020, a study conducted by the Associated Builders and Contractors found that daily safety toolbox talks lead to a remarkable 82% reduction in total recordable incident rates compared to those conducted monthly? The study shows that the frequency of toolbox talks directly correlates with incident rates. Consistent safety toolbox talks lead to less accidents, which is why many companies this year are using Safely EO to create and schedule these talks weeks and months in advance, so your team will be consistently reminded of the job hazards and safety protocols. You get access to Safely EO's Toolbox Talk library that comes with hundreds of text-based and video-based toolbox talks that covers any industry. The Toolbox Talk app makes it easy for your employees and supervisors to consume safety talks from their own mobile devices and acknowledge its completion at the click of a button. All completed safety talks are tracked, and the data can be exported and available for use. The platform digitizes your safety talks process, so you can focus on what really matters, keeping your team safe and informed. Don't wait until it's too late. Workplace incidents can cost your company millions in liability, lost productivity, and damaged reputation. To learn more, just click the link in the description of this video to request a quick demo.